Devin and Shakur.
Right.
Because those two boxing phenoms, you know, if you're not on that level mentally, like you're not even gonna compete with those two dudes.
Right.
You know?
It's such an interesting thing because a lot of people don't know. You know, the general public, when someone gets to like an elite level, they need some high profile fight in order for people to realize. Because all the boxing fans realize, like Shakur's a great example. He's not really a household name, but he should be.
Shakur sees that. He's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in, Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur's going to step out of range and make Teo fall short.
So much confidence in his power that he doesn't give a he's giving away a couple
Yeah, he
rounds
definitely be giving away rounds, but you know, he just in his mind.
Joe Rogan and Terence Crawford analyzed the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez matchup, emphasizing that Stevenson operates on another level. They point out that this fight goes beyond raw skill. It's about strategy, adaptability, and who can impose their style under pressure. Rogan highlights Stevenson's exceptional defensive skills, while Crawford underscores his precision and timing. Both agree that this bout will truly show who is superior, as each fighter brings elite talent, intelligence, and heart into the ring.
Elite fighter. He's so f***ing good. But he needs like a big, high-profile fight, like Gervonta did, you know, against
Nobody
Ryan
want to fight
Garcia.
him.
Right.
Nobody want to fight him.
Yeah.
And I see why. You know, I get it. But at the same time, you know, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. No matter what, no matter how far they go, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. So, you know, all these fighters, you know, he's calling out everybody. He's calling out the Pitbull. He's calling out Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's calling out Devin. He's calling out, you know, Tank. He's calling out everybody.
Yeah.
He want to fight everybody right now.
Right.
You know, and that's a dangerous man when you know how talented he is. And he's motivated. He's focused. He's stay in the gym. He's a gym rat. He loves boxing to the core. Like, yeah, that's a dangerous man right now because he got something on his mind that, you know, he wanna accomplish.
And he's still very young.
Yeah.
Very young and still getting better with every fight. Mm-hmm. Him versus Tank would be insane.
Yeah.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. Mm-hmm. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches and then starts to figure holes out. And the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and you know, man, he be cracking them dudes.
Joe Rogan praises Shakur Stevenson's unique defensive style and overall fighting abilities, calling them truly remarkable. He highlights how Stevenson's talent for reading opponents, anticipating attacks, and controlling distance sets him apart from other fighters. Rogan emphasizes that this blend of defensive intelligence and technical precision enables Stevenson to remain composed under pressure, avoid unnecessary risks, and exploit openings, making him one of the most skilled and challenging fighters to face in modern boxing.
Who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. Mm-hmm. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
Because people were calling him a runner before.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite. Yeah. And just one of the...
Greg Hackett offers an insightful analysis of Teofimo Lopez, examining the mental and physical factors that shape his fights. He notes that Lopez often sees a knockout as his main path to victory, relying on his speed, strength, and mindset to dominate opponents. Hackett reflects on Lopez's bout with Lomachenko, highlighting how his intensity and hunger forced the champion to be cautious. However, he emphasizes that Lopez has changed over time. Fame and expectations have altered his approach. While Lopez possesses all the tools, power, speed, footwork, and mentality, he often struggles to combine them effectively, sometimes showing speed without power or power without timing. Hackett concludes that if Lopez can synchronize all his skills and focus, he has the potential to defeat Shakur Stevenson.
Teo talking about, you feel like he can get him out of there in 9. Do you feel like that's the only opportunity that he could do to get the victory is by getting him out of there and, not boxing Shakur?
I'm gonna tell you this. When Teo fought Lomachenko, right? I'm tell you what it was. His strength, his speed, and his mindset, that fight was why Lomachenko was so hesitant to throw. Teo could do the same thing to Shakur, but now it's a different day. He wasn't as famous as he is now as he was back then. He was more hungry.
Cool.
When he fought Lomachenko, he was hungry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since he's been really hungry and been really wanting to win a fight. I think this fight could be that, but his mindset, his focus, his strength, and everything, he got to bring everything to the table, and he could beat Shakur because he has the ingredients. The problem is he can't put them together. They don't. Sometimes he show up with the speed without the power. Sometimes he show up with the power without the footwork. Sometimes he show up with the footwork without the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He be in pieces. If he bring everything to the table, he'll be cool.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's the leader of the new school when it comes down to those two guys?
No. The leader of the new school would be Abdullah Mason. The reason why, he's 21 years old. He's been pro for like 4 years. The rest of them dudes been...
Tim Bradley, former world champion and seasoned boxing analyst, provides a detailed breakdown of the highly anticipated Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight. He begins by highlighting the stark contrast in their styles and how these differences could shape the outcome. Lopez, Bradley notes, depends on explosive, twitchy movements that generate immense power in short bursts. His ability to unleash rapid combinations while smoothly shifting between offense and defense makes him unpredictable and capable of instantly turning a fight around. This aggressive, dynamic approach has earned Lopez a reputation as one of the hardest hitters in his division. Yet Bradley stresses that such a style carries risks, especially against a methodical, technically precise boxer like Stevenson, who excels in timing, defensive awareness, and accuracy, making it difficult for Lopez to land clean shots. Bradley concludes that while Lopez's raw power and speed are formidable, Stevenson's disciplined, calculated approach could neutralize those strengths, setting up a captivating clash of strategy, skill, and adaptability where patience and timing may ultimately determine the winner.
Position to be able to land those shots. Footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Teo's footwork, and what I noticed about Teo's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw with the amount of power that he has, I've noticed with Teo, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Teo's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense, fast, twitchy type muscles, fibers, he's extremely fast. Some may say that, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones-esque type of, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition. However, he's in there with a guy that is a master at controlling distance. That's he's a master at literally, getting in his position, right, in a position where he wants to be and taking away your positioning. And with doing so, he takes away your feet, and that's why I think feet are going to be extremely important in this. If you can keep your opponent off balance, for instance, let me just give you an example. It's like Teo explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, He's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes. You know, great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur
Stevenson's trainer, Wally Moses, delivers a clear warning to Teofimo Lopez about the dangers of underestimating Shakur Stevenson. Moses emphasizes that Stevenson's unique mix of speed, defensive mastery, and tactical adaptability makes him extremely hard to counter. No single style can fully contain Stevenson, as he adjusts instantly to his opponent's strengths and weaknesses. He studies opponents carefully, modifying his approach in real time to exploit even the smallest openings. Moses stresses that Lopez cannot rely solely on conventional strategies or pure aggression. He must be ready for a highly dynamic challenge. Stevenson's combination of technical skill, ring intelligence, and composure under pressure creates unpredictability few fighters can handle, and any underestimation could have serious consequences. Moses concludes that this fight demands full respect and complete focus, highlighting why Stevenson is one of the most formidable and strategically intelligent boxers in the division today.
Amateur boxing champion. He was a world amateur boxing champion on more than one occasion. Also, he was the AIBA Fighter of the Year, making him the best boxer in the world, an amateur boxer. So, you know, Shakur's looking for those same things from Jay Quinn in terms of inside the professional ranking. But Shakur has been proven that he's been the number one boxer throughout his life. He was number one in every category that he boxed in, from a kid coming up. You know what I mean? Here in the U.S., he had eclipsed every boxer over like 1,000, almost close to 2,000 points in terms of his winning. So, you know, it's not a thing that, you know, people be talking about what has Shakur done. They know what Shakur done in his amateur ranking. And Shakur done everything that they never were capable of doing. So, you know, it's only going to be a matter of time before he proves, you know, this caliber of fighter that he is to the world.
Now, as far as the weight jump goes, what's that preparation like? That'll be his fourth weight class.
Well,
like, what do you look to? Do you look to add more muscle? Do you what's the proper way of adding weight when jumping up?
Let me give you an example. All right, let's look at when Terence fought Canelo, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talking about him walking up and moving up here.
Jermaine Ortiz, a professional boxer with extensive high-level experience, adds further insight into the matchup. He highlights Stevenson's growth and maturity as a fighter, noting how past bouts have shaped his approach. Ortiz points out that Stevenson has learned from earlier mistakes, especially regarding overextending and engaging recklessly. In previous fights, Stevenson occasionally left himself vulnerable while trying to assert control, but Ortiz believes he has since internalized the importance of controlling distance and managing timing. This development ensures that Stevenson will face Lopez with heightened awareness, balancing aggression with defensive responsibility. Ortiz stresses that Stevenson's calculated style is not a lack of ambition, but a strategic evolution aimed at maximizing effectiveness against a dangerous opponent.
Maybe a glimpse or two.
Why?
And one, Shakur said it himself after that fight that he wasn't going to fight like that again. And that's the main reason. He said he wasn't going to do it. And
Teo's cracking
going
like
up
that?
to 140, which isn't really, huh?
Is Teo cracking?
No, I don't think. I think he had more of a threat with Zepeda as a puncher and Teofimo. But he's going up a weight class. That's not naturally his weight class as well.
You think that'll play a factor?
No, that would play a factor in him not fighting in the pocket how he did with Zepeda.
Got you.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, because of the style, you feel like he's gonna be in and out, moving around, making sure that
in and out,
doing things that Teo don't like.
He got longer arms. You know, I think he'll just keep him at bay. You know, Teo's a tricky fighter too, so not saying that he can't, slip in and catch him with a couple shots, but Shakur, I think he's gonna be defensively sound. He doesn't like getting hit, and I think he's gonna stick to that.
You know, as far as Shakur is concerned, and Teo, when you look at the speed, when you look at the timing, who do you feel like has that edge when it comes down to that? It could be
Beyond strategy, Shakur Stevenson's dedication to training and personal accountability sets him apart from many of his peers in boxing. Every workout and sparring session is approached with meticulous care, as he knows even small decisions and preparation can greatly impact outcomes in the ring. This responsibility extends beyond physical conditioning to include mental focus, tactical awareness, and overall fight IQ. Stevenson constantly reviews his performances, learning from both successes and setbacks, and identifying areas for improvement. By pairing this reflective mindset with rigorous physical preparation, he ensures he enters each fight fully equipped to execute complex strategies. His ability to adjust mid-fight, respond to unexpected challenges, and stay composed under pressure distinguishes him as a highly adaptable and intelligent fighter. This blend of discipline, strategic thinking, and adaptability has earned him the respect of trainers, analysts, and fellow boxers. Stevenson's unwavering commitment to excellence in every aspect of preparation underscores why he is regarded not only as a skilled athlete, but also as one of the most thoughtful and methodical strategists in modern boxing.
Like Shakur has to keep that fight in the middle of the ring, use his counter ability, but if Teo's speed is a problem, I think Shakur is going to run into a lot of problems. But if Shakur is the faster fighter with the good reflexes to counter, he'll be fine, I think. But, Teo says a lot of crazy things that, a lot of us don't agree with. But at the end of the day, the dude can fight. His last performance, he showed him that his levels to this, right? Lopez is on a whole different, I'll say, category when it comes to boxing that Shakur is at. I think this is a great fight. I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. If these two fight, it's going to be kind of like a Floyd versus Zab Judah-ish, or I'm going to say Zab Judah. I know Zab Judah is a different fighter than Lopez, but I think what's going to happen is going to become a chess match. Who can counter who? Lopez, I think, will get hit early and start respecting Shakur's power. I think Shakur will keep everything to the middle of the ring and be able to adjust with his movements, his counter ability, and his defense. Like, he's able to make those adjustments that are very similar to Floyd. So I'm going to go with Shakur on this one. But you cannot sleep on Lopez because he comes to...
Adding to the analysis, Zab Judah, former world champion and respected boxing analyst, predicts that the showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez will be explosive. He frames it as a pure contest of skill versus skill, where raw athletic power meets technical mastery. Judah highlights that both fighters bring exceptional talent, motivation, and an unrelenting drive to assert dominance in the ring. He notes that the matchup will test more than strength or stamina. It will challenge each boxer's ability to remain composed under pressure, adapt to changing situations, and execute strategies flawlessly. The psychological aspect, Judah explains, is as crucial as speed, power, or precision, as neither Stevenson nor Lopez is likely to give ground easily. He emphasizes that fans can expect a thrilling display of boxing intelligence, resilience, and elite-level execution. Judah believes the bout will not only showcase physical capabilities, but also provide a masterclass in strategy, timing, and tactical awareness. For spectators and analysts alike, this fight represents a high-stakes demonstration of modern boxing at its finest, blending excitement, technical excellence, and the unpredictability that makes the sport so compelling.
It's two dog fighters. You got two dog fighters that's coming in there to solidify themselves as the game changer. Teal's not gonna lay down. Shakur is not going to lay down. It's going to be skill versus skill. Teo's a very talented, skillful fighter. Shakur is a very extremely talented, skillful fighter. And yes, we're going to see a hell of a great chess match that night.
Yeah, I believe so. Now, I think in your earlier predictions, you felt like Shakur will be stopping Teo. Am I right?
Annihilation, decapitation. Is that what you're talking about? You going back to my comments? Yeah. I feel like Teo's a very dominant force, but I just think that the skills of Shakur Stevenson.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.